That very loud and distinctive call is a new species for the Eakring area. Not that I do any bird watching here now, but I was stood up near the road and heard it, and it's a Cetti's warbler. For the best part of 17 years I stood here hoping that one day such a bird would grace this place, but at the time Cetti's warbler in Nottinghamshire was more than twitchable. It was a rarity, and it's another success story over the last 15 or so years. To finally hear one here is absolutely brilliant. It's a very elusive bird. I've got no photos that I could put in. It's a small chestnut coloured warbler with a sort of greyish underparts, easily identified by song alone. It's not been calling a lot, and it seems to be moving around. But to get Cetti's here, it's put a bit of a shine on my day. I'm actually here on the lookout for small eggers. I've been driving around a bit today, and I have found 2 small egger webs at Wellow. It's a new grid square and another range increase by this moth. And I thought I'll come and have a proper check around the hedgerows at Eakring Flash. But I was also keeping an eye out for any migrating butterflies, because there are the odd signs that painted ladies are on the move. Just odd ones, nothing big. But I wanted to check and have an hour in this area. It's moved and I've not seen it. It's a great call. On a good day, this kind of vista and location would be pretty good for watching migrating butterflies. Watching as they come low across the field. They always fly low, certainly in spring. Even in the best of weather, they're only usually a few feet off the ground or the top of a cereal crop. It doesn't appear to be happening. There's no sort of real visible migration. You may be lucky and get 1 or perhaps 2 butterflies through, and those butterflies would be painted ladies. There's obviously an influx. Numbers are being noted down south, but it's painted ladies that are being reported. We should have a good summer of painted ladies once these have laid and the second brood comes out. And at the moment, the second brood of small torch shells is certainly out. I've seen a number of very fresh adults today. And that's Lownwood we're looking at, a different view of Lownwood. It might not look much, this area and this countryside, to many of you, but I have a great fondness for it. Here's another success story. This is what's commonly called the swollen-thighed beetle for obvious reasons. Oedemira nobilis is the scientific name. There are 2 on this particular plant, and there's also a malachite beetle tucked underneath the flower head out of focus. But this is an absolutely stunning species, it really is. I remember Dillis and myself seeing this for the first time in Worcestershire a number of years ago, and then within a couple of years it was here in Nottinghamshire. It's one of those species which has raced up through the UK and is immensely common now. It's found everywhere. Fantastic colouring, a metallic sort of emerald green, but look at those femurs, the hind femurs on the male. The female doesn't have these. Female is virtually the same but without the swollen thighs. And one of those insects that I say has done very well, found conditions to its liking in the last sort of decade or so. The rate of spread has been quite fantastic, but it's not the only species which has done that and been successful. But what an area this is. In a few weeks' time this will be full of purple knapweed flowers. It'll attract so many insects. And this is just one of several sites that one of the local farmers has exactly like this. It's a large area of a field which just stopped cropping, and this is the result. There was no seeding or anything, and now it's a fabulous mix of grasses, rank vegetation such as docks and bramble, nettles. There's beds of raspberry here. It's a fabulous area for insects, it really is. You don't have to do much to help wildlife and to help invertebrates in particular, but this helps both birds and invertebrates. Well, there is nothing moving through, although I have recorded a very small painted lady flushed at the side of a field down there. It landed on the bare earth and then was up and off. They're definitely trickling through, but there's no overall sort of noticeable or detectable visible migration of painted ladies at the moment. That could change perhaps. Oh, for another migration period of painted lady like we've had in the past. But it's been nice just to spend a couple of hours wandering around here, getting Cetti's warbler. It's still singing occasionally now, putting out bursts of song, which Cetti's warblers tend to do, and that's how they derive the name. The word Cetti is akin to the noise that the bird makes when calling or singing. That's a bonus, because I've listened for Cettis over a number of years, and finally today, out of the blue, one is here. Might not stop unless it's paired up. That I doubt, but it's been nice just to have a wander. The breeze is getting up now, but there is still some warmth in that sun, and rain is finally forecasted over the coming weekend. Woohoo! We'll wonder what's hit us. Within a couple of days probably everyone will be moaning that it's done nothing but rain all summer, and we've had no spring or summer at all. That's usually how it occurs. But I, like the plants and the ground the plants live in, will be glad to see a bit of rain. It's much needed. Even the Cettis says so.